Aw, shit. Here we go again.
Welcome to the Sloppy Book Club podcast. I'm Jenny.
And I'm Celese. And welcome to season 2, episode 20.
Yeah. It's our last episode of the season.
Yes, it is. And it's our half-year wrap-up. So how perfect is that?
Wonderful.
It just ends.
Perfect timing.
Yes, it does. So on this episode, as we said, it's our half-year wrap-up. So we're going to talk about our top few books that we've read so far for this year. We're going to talk a little bit about Apollycon and some exciting news. And then we are also going to talk about our summer reading plan. So it's going to be a pretty easy episode, not much of a review since all the books that we're going to mention, we've already reviewed or mentioned. So it's going to be light, sweet, not as chaotic. Hopefully.
No.
But with me, you just never know.
Exactly.
All right, so let's get to it. Let's talk Apollycon tickets.
All right, we're going right at it. Okay.
Yeah, right? Might as well. Rip it off like a Band-Aid.
Yes.
What a shit
show. It was stressful.
Yes.
Right, as usual, to be expected.
Yeah, like this is our third year trying to get tickets, and our first year was super chaotic because it was our first experience trying to snag tickets like this for an event like this, and it was just that was stressful because of the unknown, not knowing what to prepare for, not knowing that this was like a yearly kind of thing, and it was like post-COVID, so much more people wanted to go.
Correct.
So it was just a little crazy that first time.
We were mad.
We were so upset.
We were so upset that we didn't get the tickets we wanted.
Yeah, that was terrible. We didn't get the tickets we wanted. We didn't get the amount we needed because our husbands were coming too. So for that being our first ticket buying experience, it was really bad. Like I was stressed. Yeah. So we wound up having to go through the Apollycon resale thread, which is chaotic all in itself as well, because you're trusting the process. You're trusting the person has the ticket. You're trusting that you can exchange the tickets. It was just scary. But we were successful. We were able to get what was it, like the second tier?
Yeah, the Apollyon tickets, I believe.
Right, the Apollyon tickets that time.
Yeah.
Our second year, I felt like it wasn't as stressful because I was able to snag the tickets pretty easily. I think I got it for all of us, right?
You did, yeah. Because I was sleeping.
Yes. Lucky you. I was over here.
You're like, great.
I was like, oh my God, I gotta get all these tickets. I had to get the 4 deity tickets. No, were they called deity tickets?
Yeah, they were the Saturday deity tickets with the panel.
With the panel
or add-on.
Yeah. And we went the previous year, we were like, oh, we didn't really need all the other stuff because it didn't go as well as we wanted it to.
Yeah.
And then this year we were like, damn, it was like FOMO, like galore.
Big time.
We were like, I want to do that. That didn't happen last year.
I think what made it worse for us is because we were invited to like that Berkeley romance thing. So we weren't planning on going there Thursday. And then because we were invited, we ended up going Thursday. And then we were able to see what everyone else was doing aside from that Berkeley romance event. And we were like, I want to do that.
Exactly. So this time around, I was like, I'm getting a Titan ticket by any means. And I guess everyone said that because it didn't happen.
I feel like they possibly had way more people this year trying to get tickets.
They said it was around like 9,000.
That's insane.
Yeah, and they were
so insane.
I think the total amount of tickets that you can get was, I mean, I think it was like 1,700.
Well, yeah, because for the Titan alone, they only had what, 600, and then the big one,
200.
the primal was 250.
No, I thought that was only 200.
Oh, I thought it was 250. But I mean, regardless, it's not
Yeah.
that many.
No, and then
And
all
then the rest were
the rest,
deity tickets.
yeah, deity tickets. And then if you wanted the add-on for that, and some people got the panel but don't have a deity ticket. So
Which
I know
it's
for me,
useless.
yeah, it's useless. You're
Yeah,
gonna have to resell it or hope to get a deity ticket. That's the
right.
only way. I will be in that resale thread.
Mhm.
I need a Titan ticket. I
Yeah.
don't need two of them. I'm okay with one.
Yeah.
Angel could meet me at the door, and
No, I gotta figure out what to get Mike, because I'd prefer him to like go through all of it, but
Mhm,
if he only got like Saturday, the deity ticket, that would be fine too,
mhm.
because at least he'd be able to help me on Saturday.
Right, right.
But
Yeah, because exciting news. Jenny is an Apolly
I
influencer.
am. I had no idea. Like I was so
I
shocked
knew.
that no.
I
It's
knew.
just there's so many people and they're so like
I
creative
knew.
with their videos and everything. So
Mhm.
I didn't feel it. I wasn't feeling it.
I
So
need you to trust in yourself, be confident, because you were like, I don't think I got it. There's 400 people submitting. I knew for a fact. I was just like, I'm a long shot. I was like, if anyone is gonna get it, it's Jenny. And sure enough, she got it. I knew
jeez.
it. I
Well,
knew
I'm
it.
super grateful. I
Yeah.
am. But I'm also very panicky because if you don't end up getting Titan tickets or like if you just still have your deity tickets, I'm gonna be very upset.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What the fuck am I supposed to do?
I don't know, but you got this.
I'll
If
try.
anything, you won't try. You're gonna do it. Even if you're sweating, make sure you
I
get some
will be.
like
I
get
will be sweating.
some tissues underneath.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to put my big girl panties on and talk to
Yes.
people.
Hmm. But I feel like you would be really good at it. I think once you get over like that shyness and that bump, I feel like it will be so easy for you.
Sure,
And
after a
there's
couple
a
shots here and there.
true.
I'll
And
be drinking every single day.
I think what's great is that they have chosen so many good influencers that like I'm now following that I didn't know about. That was the beauty about this whole like submitting your like videos and stuff, because it
Mhm.
really opened me up to a whole bunch of people who like do book reviews and like little skits that I've never come across before because the community is so big.
Right, right.
So I feel like there's a lot of them that you might be able to relate to. I love
Well, I know a
diverse.
couple of yeah,
Yeah.
it's super diverse and I follow I'm like mutuals with a couple of them, so I know
Mhm.
that if anything I could sort of kind of like, hey,
Yeah. Mhm.
but I don't want that.
You'll be fine.
I
You'll
know,
do
I know.
great.
I know.
I'm super, super happy for you. Like that
Thank
was,
you.
it's gonna be an
Thank
awesome
you.
experience. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
there in some way or form.
Yeah,
I'm
you
hoping
will.
it's just not on Saturday. I'm hoping
We're trying.
yes, I'm gonna be in that thread. Like, please.
Yeah.
I just need like one ticket would be great.
I'm gonna put like I need 1 to 3 Titan tickets,
Mm-hmm.
but I'll take other tickets. If
Yeah, kind
if
of.
you have them, I'll take whatever you want to give me, I'll
Whatever you
take it.
want to give me.
Yeah.
Just don't give me a panel pass that I can't use
No.
for anything. But if you
Man.
are trying to go, if you are on the Apollycon Facebook page, the thread will be coming out in probably a couple of months. So
Yeah.
don't feel too bad if you didn't get tickets, because closer to the event, so many people have to cancel for whatever reasons. So there's always tickets. I remember when and now I'm kicking myself because before this last one, people were like, "Oh, do you still want that Titan ticket? Do you still want this?" And I was just like, "No, I'm fine." And I'm like, "Damn, I could have a Titan ticket." But now I know. Now I know.
Yeah, a lot of people do sell, so
Mhm.
it's
And
not that big of a long shot.
it's not, especially if you can't get a hotel. If
Mhm.
this is like a pretty expensive trip, so you kind of have to like hold out and like raise money for it because you want to be able to buy books, you want to be able to have a good time.
Right.
It's great to just meet the authors and get whatever books you have already signed, but when you go there, there's so many cool things that you might want to get. And the vendors this year,
I know. I was looking through them. I was like, "Oh, okay."
yes,
I'm
I
hoping I'm hoping they have like a separate section for vendors because there's so many of them rather than having them like intertwined with
in
the
between,
authors,
yeah, that
you
actually
know?
makes sense. Like if there was like just like a vendor wall or something.
Yeah, I think
Totally.
that would be good.
Yeah, because I feel like I was so immersed in and like wanting to make sure I saw the authors that like I just like kind of looked at the vendors and was like, oh, okay, and just kept I didn't
Mhm.
really get to like go in and really see what they had, but
Right.
so many more vendors this time, like triple
I
what
know
it
it's
usually
exciting.
is. So and some of them are really, really good that I've seen on Instagram and stuff. And I'm just like, oh my God, I can't wait. So I'm
Yep.
gonna have to have like a piggy bank just for
Yep.
a Polygon. Like I need to put that aside.
Yes.
But like I said, check out the thread if you're already on their Facebook page because it's gonna happen.
Mhm.
Um, I keep seeing posts like, when is it? When is it? I'm like, relax. Like in my mind, I'm like, relax, it's gonna
I
come.
know, I wanna tell them, like, stop, because they're bombarding, like, a lot of posts on
Mhm,
that, group, and it gets frustrating because you wanna keep up with the notifications, but people
mhm,
are putting, "When is it? When is it?"
mhm.
Or, "When
And it's
can
not
we
gonna
buy?"
be
or, "When can we
anytime soon.
sell?"
I feel like
No.
that the first time we got tickets, I feel like it was a couple weeks right after, or even like, was it hours
But
after?
that was the resale thread that
Yeah.
she only did it early because people were pushing it so much, but
Mm.
I'm like, I want her to not approve all these other posts. I want her to just leave it alone.
No, I
Yeah.
meant like when we first got tickets. I feel like the
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
it was, like, instant, and I
It
feel like
was.
it's become later and later because I feel even, like, last year, it was a little bit later than it was last time. I don't feel like it was within the same week, or was it?
That we had to buy the tickets?
No, that the resale thread.
No, it wasn't. It was probably like a month.
Mhm.
I don't
But
think it
that
was right
first time,
away.
it was, like, instant, I feel.
Probably, I don't remember.
I feel like it came sooner than last time, but I feel like they're pushing it more and more because of how many more followers they have and stuff. And scammers, like you really like no one should be trying to sell you tickets right now. So if you're getting DMs or messages, like ignore them because
Crazy.
they're gonna be scammers. So just so you
Right.
know, just wait. It's gonna happen.
Like, nobody's gonna wanna sell their ticket the same week they bought the tickets. Like, why would they do
Exactly.
that? What's the
Mhm,
point? So,
mhm.
just
And then
ignore it.
I'm just hoping that a group of friends, it was like a group of 3, and then they had this 4th ticket that they don't need. That's what I keep hoping for.
I'm assuming there's probably gonna be a lot of that.
Oh, it was so frustrating because they would be in
Yeah,
your cart, and then
I
you're, like,
know.
trying to check out, and then it's, like, either saying unavailable or there was an error in your, like,
I
whatever.
know. It
It's
was
like
rough.
but I am shocked that someone was able to get tickets while at a concert.
I know. I
I need
saw
to
that.
know what her cell service is and how she did it because I was in my home on my desktop and still could not.
Yep.
So the fact that you were on a phone on like your data or Wi-Fi, what cell phone company was that?
Yep.
I don't know.
I would have been shaking. Like I was shaking here trying to like refresh, go back. Like it was just too much. It was too stressful.
Yeah, it was a hot mess.
Yeah.
But I will be making it there some way, somehow. So don't you worry. I will be there. I'm just hoping I can enjoy the whole festivities at
I know, me too.
At the end of the day, I'm seeing EJ Mello, so
No,
it's
so
gonna
exciting.
happen. And then Rebecca Yaros is gonna be there again, and I have her book, so I'm gonna need that to be signed. And it's so cool because like 2 years ago we got to meet her too.
Yeah.
And we're gonna re-meet her, and she has this like great book out. I want to read it, but anyway, that's for later. All right, let's go through our top few books of our half year wrap up. What are some top books you read so far this year?
So I have 4 that like stuck out, like beaming lights read for me, and they're from like a couple different genres. So I have Legendborn by Tracy Deonn, and that's a young adult fantasy. Read that back in January, I think. Learn to Love You by Jade Hernandez, and that's a romance. And I think I don't.
I have it. I can't wait to read it.
You're gonna fall in love. It's so good and spicy. And that's a Latinx romance. And then The Last Tale of the Flower Bride by Roshani Chokshi, and that's like a gothic fiction. I feel like a select few people would actually really love that book, but it was up there for me.
Okay.
And then Lady of Eastock by Isabel Olmo. That was like number 1 for me. And that's an adult fantasy. That was perfection from beginning to end.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So those were your top 4.
Those were my top 4.
Of course. I'm just it's so hard for me to like pick and choose. So I have a top 5. I have a top 5. I have all right. First up, in no particular order, but it's top 5. I have Symphony for a Deadly Throne by EJ Mello, dark fantasy. We love her. So it was a toss up for these 2 books for me, and Blood Trials won. It was Legendborn or Blood Trials. They were both like that kind of fantasy kind of books, like, you know, with magic and things, but Blood Trials was more like adult and like gory and fantasy and sci-fi, and it was just good storytelling. Not to say Legendborn wasn't, but it was just like Blood Trials, it just had that's by any
it had that extra kick.
It had an extra kick because of its goriness. Like it's some good fighting in there. It's really, really good. And then next is 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. It's like a second chance romance, fiction. It's Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan, who currently is like the author of the month for me because I'm reading so many of her books. And the very first book I read was Before I Let Go. It has a special place in my heart. Love it. And then this last one is In the Gray by BB Reed. It is a dark romance. I fucking loved it.
Awesome.
It is dark. It is questionable. It definitely blurs lines. And Owen Rowdy Ray. Perfection.
Oh my God.
What I tell you, he is psychotic. He's like top tier alpha male. He was crazy, and I loved every second of it.
All right. And this was the dark romance?
This was a dark romance. It's a hefty romance. It's like 500 pages. So
oh damn.
It's a beauty. At least it said
Okay.
500 pages on my Kindle on my phone. Maybe on like in a book. I don't know. I don't know how accurate that is on Kindle. But yeah, it's a good dark romance. It
All
was.
right. I'll have to add it to my list.
And the spice. Like I said, it should not have been as good as it was. I might be a little sick in the head because I enjoyed it so much, but it was so good. It was
awesome.
so good. So those are my top 5s.
Awesome. Yep. So because we're going to be taking a break, we're going to we have like a TBR for the summer, sort of.
Sort of, yeah. Because we're both mood readers. So I always say, oh, I want to read this, but let's see if it happens.
Yeah. I started doing like that, like what I'm reading this week kind of thing on Instagram.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I was it took me so long to actually post it. I was like, I don't know if I should do that because like I can start a book, I'm 2 chapters in and I'm like, I want to read something else. Not that I don't like it. I just, my mood changes like this, or I'm doing something and I'm busy and I want to pick up something else. So I got nervous doing that, but I'm going to try to stick to it.
I mean, go for it.
Yeah, I just really need to start knocking off books off my shelf badly because they're just going and going. And like,
I agree.
I haven't even bought anything. Like I've gotten giveaways or like books sent to me and I'm just like, I don't know how to say no because they sound good. So it's like, you know, you just want to keep like
stop, but yeah, keep coming. I totally get it.
Terrible.
Like, you know what I need? Like, I can't get off of TikTok, and some of these reviews on TikToks, like they grab. A lot of these authors can thank TikTok because sometimes I've never come across some of these authors or these books, and some like the In the Gray, that was off of a TikTok. She said it is she said she'll bet her whole like TikTok account on it being the best like dark romance. So I was just like, okay, I'm gonna see.
I mean, how can you not pick it up after that?
Exactly. And then the way she described it, I was just like, absolutely. But she was like, I think an ARC reader because I didn't get it until it was like on Kindle Unlimited, and it's currently on Kindle Unlimited. So if you want to check it out, and it was really, really good.
Awesome.
So, yeah, TikTok is, and that's the problem. You set a goal or a plan, and then all these people on Instagram or TikTok,
I know,
they're like, read this book.
I'll even see just like a cover, and I'm like, ooh, that's pretty. Add it to the list. And I'm like, why do I do this to myself? I hate it. I don't hate it, but I hate it.
I know. All right. So what are your summer goals? So your summer goals are your weekly books that you want to do or try to stick to.
I'm gonna try. So I have 5 books here that I know for sure I want to get to. And now that I'm thinking about it, there's another one that I'm like, damn, I really got to get to that book because I've been wanting to read it for a long time. So we have Taloned Heart, which is book 5 of Emma Hamm's Dragon series. That's not out yet. I think it comes out the 21st maybe, but I definitely want to knock that out because book 4 took me almost a year to actually get to. And I regret doing that because it was really good. Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros.
That's on mine too.
I will pick that up when the mood hits me right. It's getting there because I'm seeing it less and less, but it's getting there. Gravity by Tal Bauer. That's a hockey romance. And I want to read that, and I've had that on my list for a few months because somebody described it as a soul breaker. So I know. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna read that. Fade and Flames by K.A. Tucker. That's book 3. Yeah, book 3 of her fantasy series, and I love the first 2. So What the River Knows by Isabel Ibanez. I've had that arc for months. It's It doesn't come out till August.
Okay, so you
I
have
really want to
time.
get to it. Yes, I do have time, but I didn't want to wait till last minute. This was actually like the moment I saw it, it was number 1 on my list. I wanted to read it. I got approved and it's been sitting on my list for a while. But I do want to get to that. And then lastly, Book of Azrael by Amber
Oh, is
Nicole.
that the one that the really pretty book you got at Apollycon?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've had that on my list for a really long time. I finally got the special edition that I wanted, and it's still sitting there.
I wish I had a book so I could show everyone how you're gonna hold it as you read it.
I don't hold it like that. It's gotta
Yes,
be
you
like,
do.
no.
She holds it to like an angle, and then like
Oh,
she
I don't want to
barely
open. I've never
opens
opened
the
this book before.
pages.
No, it's like this. So I've never opened this one before. Did you see the panic in my eyes?
He was like, you see? So our listeners that don't follow our YouTube, I would suggest, but look, she put it back. She's like, I am not.
Hold on, wait.
She's like, let me find a book that I'm
this one I've opened.
Okay.
Because there's tabs. So I just do this.
You do not.
Yes, I do. I
No,
swear to God.
No, it's closed more. I've seen you read,
not
Jenny.
Like this.
No.
Yeah, that doesn't bother the edges.
I've seen you reading like this with your head tilted and everything.
I do tilt my head. I do go like this. Like oh, whatever. All of my bindings are perfect.
They really are, though. You would never think she read any of her books that are on her shelf because of how gentle she is. So like I'm gentle, but I'm opening it.
I cringe sometimes when we go to like a Apollycon and the author just like plops it, opens it, and I'm like, it's so good to meet you.
And you're like dying inside.
Yeah, like I'm sweating thinking about it.
It's like it's like it's like the meme of the dog sitting around the fire.
Yeah.
Inside your brain. That's inside your brain.
Yep. That's it. That's funny.
Oh, that's awesome. So for me, for the summertime, honestly, I'm gonna try and read all the sequels to books, whether it's like a duology or a trilogy. There's so many books that I haven't like finished. So Blood Marked is one, which is the second book in Legendborn. The Blood Gift by N.E. Davenport is book 2 in the duology for Blood Trials. I've had that for a while. I don't understand why I haven't started.
I know. I feel like when you finished it, you were like, I'm starting the next one right away.
But then it was just, I already know how much thinking it's going to take. So I'm just like, I'm not there. And I think that's what has me struggling a lot too with like fantasy books or sci-fi books. Is just like, you have to like really understand what's going on. You got to be in it, you know? And sometimes I want something that's just easy to read. I can enjoy it. It doesn't take a lot of thinking, I'm sorry to say. It's just like, I just want something good, you know?
Well, it's like romance is like they're real life things. So like it's understandable. There isn't new language to learn or new places or whatever. Fantasies, you have to like remember all of that.
Yeah. And then, you know, who's the good characters? Who's the bad characters? What does this mean when they say this? Like, so for a lot of like those kind of fantasy books, it takes time, you know, and I want to enjoy it, and I don't want to have to like reread certain parts because I missed something. And I feel like I do that a lot with fantasy. I'm like, wait, what? And then I go back, I'm like, oh, okay, how did I miss that? You know? So for me, for this summer, it's gonna be a lot of like sequel like books. Meet Me at the Lake, I definitely want to read. That's been on my TBR for a really long time. I loved her first book. What was the other one? I think it's Elle Kennedy, Summer Girl. That's been on my TBR for a while. That's another good summer beach read that I want to do. But yeah, knocking out some of these books here on my shelves, because I will be home and the boys will be in daycare and, you know, summer camp. So I'm going to have time for me. So
You're going to have a good old time.
Yeah, a real good time. I'm hoping, you know, spending some good quality hours of just reading and pure bliss.
Yeah.
Without having, Mommy, can you do this? Mommy, I need help. Mommy, did you know? So I'm just like chilling out outside or on my couch reading. So I don't have like set books yet because I flip flop and I'm not gonna save books and then be like, oh, I never read them.
Never got to it. You know what you do have to get to? Stephanie Garber. Book 2.
Of the Broken Heart, right?
Yeah, Once Upon a Broken Heart. So book 2.
And I have it too.
I read it.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. So whenever it came out, I read it. I wanted to jump right in. I didn't like it.
Okay.
But I feel like maybe I wasn't in the right headspace because there were other things I wanted to read and I was just trying to get through it. So I'm gonna reread it, but I think book 3 comes out soon.
Okay.
In the fall, I think.
You know what? I think you're right because I have been seeing things online for it.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna reread it sometime this summer.
No, I feel like just like with like my moods and stuff, it's really affecting whether or not I like books too. And I feel bad because I feel like it's not even the book. I don't feel like it's the author. I don't think it's the writing. I think it's just me sometimes. Yeah. So I feel like if I'm getting that way, I kind of push the book aside because I'm just like, I can't. But it sucks when it's a book you have to review. And you kind of have to like push through and it sucks. Yeah. That's one of my sequel ones because I have both of I have them on my shelf. I have them next to each other and I just haven't read them. I haven't read the second one. There was another book though that I wanted to mention. Because I think it's the last book in the series for Red Wing.
For what?
Red Wing? No, not Red Wing. Oh my god. Is it Red Wing? No. Red Rising. But it's
you did
a red wing on the cover. That's why.
You did mention that the last one was coming out soon.
I think it's the last book in like the whole kind of universe.
How many books? But you only read the first one.
Barely, yeah. I DNF'd it.
Right.
I still have like another.
All right. I gotta add that to my list. I keep forgetting about it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna write it down.
Because I don't know if it's me or if it's the book.
A lot of people like that book, but look at Serpent and the Wings of Night. A lot of people liked it, and I was like, nitpicky.
Did
liked
the second book come out too?
Yeah, in April.
Yeah, that's another book.
I didn't want to read it right away just because I was so like about it. I enjoyed it. I really did like it. It was just, I think I was just very nitpicky about it. So when I'm in the mood, I'm going to reread it. Maybe I'll do the audiobook.
Okay.
And see if I like that better.
Right. And then there's so many books that you've read already that I want to read. So those are on my list. It's just, is the summer going to be enough?
No.
I feel like I'm playing
especially if you do fantasy.
I'm reading a fantasy now and it's like so much.
I just saw question marks leaving your brain.
It's just like, I want to be, I want to be brought to a new world, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah. You have to be in the mood to want a fantasy and completely ignore all other books.
Yes.
Just make that one whole week, that one book, so that you can get into it, and then it'll flow from there.
I think that's my problem too, because I try to read 2 different things at the same time, and it's just like, you can't read a fantasy and a romance and then think everything's gonna be fine.
No, like and I read, I read fantasy all the time. When I read Lady of Eaststock, that's such a big fantasy. I didn't read anything else for like 3 or 4 days because I needed to just focus on that. And that's the only way I got through it, because it was just a lot.
And I think that would be easier for me too, like doing fantasy over the summer, because I'll be able to have more hours to dedicate to one book, with working and the kids and stuff. Like, I want so many books at the same time that I'm like, okay, I can read a little bit of this one, I can read a little bit of that one, and then by the end of the week I should have like 2 or 3 books that I read. But it never comes out that way, especially with a fantasy. So I feel like, okay, I can really dedicate some time, a lot of time, because even during my lunch break, half the time I'm not even reading during my lunch break anymore, just because like I'm trying to wind down from the day. I'm just like, I just need a break. I'm just scrolling through videos and I was like, oh, adding another book to my TBR. TikTok.
Oh my God.
So I have some real goals. Like I said, I want to finish all like my sequels and duologies and stuff. You know what I haven't finished either? I haven't finished the duology for Nikolai. For
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm shocked.
For Shadow and Bone, yeah.
Shocked.
I have not finished that.
And those are thick.
Exactly.
Thick books.
And
but you might flow through that though, because you know the stories.
Yeah.
You're not learning anything new.
Yeah. Yeah, but I still have both his books. I have started the first one, and I think I got into that whole like they're stuck. Him and Zoya are stuck in like that sand castle, whatever world. Yeah. That's as far as I got.
You need to dedicate like a whole week to those 2 books.
Yeah. I'm telling you, there's so many good books.
Yeah, I know.
There's just not enough hours in the day. My cousin, she sent me a meme, and it was there's a coin, and it's like one more chapter on one side, and on the other side of the coin it says go to sleep, go to bed. And I'm like, I need that.
I'll do it. It'll say go to bed and I'll flip it.
I'm like, oh, you really meant one more chapter. But yeah, that's my summer goals.
Awesome.
Actually finish some series.
Okay. I'm gonna hold you to that.
Before I start new ones, I'll try and do that.
That's gonna be hard.
More fantasy reading, because I've done a lot of romance. So I want some fantasy and
mix it up a little.
Mix it up. And if I'm gonna do romance, I want dark romance. I need some more BB Reed in my life.
Okay.
So that would be it. I'm excited for you to do a hockey romance.
I'm excited for it too.
Because you don't do a lot of romances.
No, I mean, lately I have been. I feel like I've read more romances lately than anything else. To me. To me. But yeah, this is
a lot. So
I think this is a MM romance too. So
okay. Have you read sportsy like romances before? Is this like your first kind of one?
This will be my first. Yeah, I think it's my first. I don't think I have any sports romances. For you. Yeah, I'm excited too. Off of that one line, it's a soul breaker. That's the only reason I want to read it.
That's a pretty good line.
Yeah.
Let me know how it goes, because
I will. Like this person was like sobbing on TikTok, like tears. giving this review. So I'm going to read it soon.
I refuse to do that.
Why? Do what?
Like cry. Like there's been books that made me cry and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna like talk about it, and I'm just like, no, I just can't.
Oh, like cry during like your review talking about, oh yeah, no, I can't do that.
I would end the video, get it together, and then go. But then it makes you want to even more. Like, she's sobbing.
Yeah.
I need to figure out why.
I think I felt the genuine tears out of it. So
yeah, I couldn't.
I don't know why I want to cry, but I will.
There's nothing like a good book that makes you cry. You want books that make you cry? Read Kennedy Ryan, because she be traumatizing me sometimes.
So far, she hasn't made me cry. I've enjoyed her books a lot, and they're very like touching. Like Before I Let Go was really, really like, you know, it tugged at my heartstrings. But she hasn't made me cry. I cry more with fantasies, you know, like Found Family, and like when someone dies.
I honestly be like, why you did this to them? Was that necessary?
I do that too.
To go through that again? Or, you know, they got one struggle, you can't give them more.
Oh my God. Yeah, there was one book. I'm not gonna mention what book it is in case you ever decide to read it, but it was a brother was forced to kill his brother. Like a boy was forced to kill his brother. And it was like the most traumatizing thing I've ever been through. And I literally sobbed.
What book is that?
I don't want to tell you because it would ruin it. I have recommended it to you before, so I'll slip it in there one day.
Yeah, please
without telling you, but it was like it's a man, he's not a boy anymore, was forced to kill his adult brother, and I was just like it was just like, but it's a fantasy, so it makes me sad thinking about
I want to read it. Sometimes, like I said, you need a good cry.
Yeah.
Make me cry. There's movies that I watch just to make me cry. Legends of the Fall, Last of the Mohicans. You want a good cry? You want to be traumatized? See those two movies. You know when I watch them? Around Christmas time. Why? I don't know. I don't know, but I do.
Jesus.
And they're so sad. They're so sad. Like there's no reason. And around Christmas time, yep, sure do. Sometimes you need a good cry.
You do. I agree. Definitely.
But yeah, that's our half year wrap up. We have tons of plans for this summer. This is our last episode for this season, but we might, pop in from time to time, do a special episode for the summer. If not, we should be back in August, September. We'll see. We'll see how things go.
We'll let you know.
We'll let you know. Follow our Instagram.
Yes. All right.
Bye. Thanks. Bye.